Hello everybody, my name is Dean Galea. Today I'm going to be talking about my online resource which I found on Scoodle, which is called Number Trains 1 to 20. The online resource concentrates on place value for foundation level. So how this activity links in with the Victorian curriculum is by establishing understanding of the language and processes of counting by naming numbers in sequences initially to and from 20, moving from any starting point. So that knocks off the, where is it? BCM and A069. Sorry Michael, I copied your idea. So what we intend to get from the number trains 1 to 20 is students sequence numbers up to 20. Students connect numbers, words and numerals to the quantities they represent. So that's like 10 frames and base 10 blocks. Also, students can recognize place value in 2-digit numbers. So just prior understanding the skills that students actually need before they actually can learn this resource is they must be taught numerals, tens frames, number words and number ordering. Otherwise it might be a little bit too difficult. Just coming from placement at Wembley Primary School, the prep team actually told me that they teach place value towards the end of the year because students are still getting familiar with the foundations of the numbers. So this worksheet here is actually a really good resource to use prior to number trains, because what the students can actually do, they put their number in here, then they can actually see how to write the word, draw a picture, they can see one more and one less at the bottom, and also how it's displayed on a tens frame. So this is actually a really good worksheet just before they actually learn the number trains. Hi guys, sorry if I scared you, but here's just a demonstration on the resource, so enjoy.
Welcome to Number Trains. Use the carriages to build a train. The numbers on the carriages have to be in order. They should go from smaller to bigger. You can add a carriage to either end of a train by bumping the other carriages forwards or backwards. If you see a number that doesn't fit, start a new train on another track.
This is actually really good, as what happens is the students can identify where a number should actually be. So if it's a higher number, then it'll go towards the higher end of the carriages, and if it's a lower number, then you can obviously place it in the lower end.
You can also move the carriages if you make a mistake.
That's also really good because students can identify when they make a mistake. They can look at numbers and say, for example, they've placed an 8 and then on high carriage is already a 7. They can put it on top of the 7 and it'll push the 7 backwards. So it actually lets children think for themselves and fix up their mistakes, which is great.
You need to make a train with 4 number carriages. When the train is complete, you can start a new one.
So according to Booker, the use of different patterns can allow students to recognize the difference between objects, names and symbols. So that's another good thing about this one. So here we've got the dice here. We've got the number, just number 2 with the name. And we've also got a tens frame as well. So that'll be really good for the students. And having dice or dot representation allows the students to sub a dice. So just here I'm going to show you why this is an advantage. So computer generated resources give students prompts, feedback and answers to problems while working on problems, letting the students use more self-exploration. So for example here I've got 11, just make a little bit of a mistake here. So
oops, that number is too small to make a train on this track. Try putting the number on another track. Not quite. The numbers should count forwards, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Try this carriage on the other side.
So that's actually letting the students remember the sequence as well. So it's actually counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay guys, just to finish off now. So another advantage or limitation is for number trains 1 to 10 for the lower skilled students. So they can actually follow the sequences suggested by Booker to build up the 1-digit numbers from 0 to 9 as a basis for all numbers, then establish place value with the 2-digit numbers. Also, for the higher skilled students, or just to test the knowledge of the students, you can do the number trains 1 to 100 or the assessment, just so the teachers can see where the students are at. Students will be able to talk out loud when doing this activity. Therefore, the teacher can make their way around the room and just see the mathematical understandings from the students.